Right, exactly.
And I say.
Based on
Yeah,
financial
I say.
procedures.
I make a motion.
I'm sorry, you didn't make a motion?
I make a motion that, resolution 2014-118 be, passed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Mr. President?
Yes.
Thank you, Skip, number 10.
Just roll right on over me.
I just don't realize I got a lot on my mind. You know that? I got a heavy burden. I got a lot on my mind. I just want you to understand that.
If you'll read this, we'll fix a light up your lot. It's just him at the viewing station.
Be it resolved that Resolution 2014 R-116 appropriates funding to repair lights at the caboose and viewing station in an amount not to exceed $2,300.
I make a motion that 2014-116 be passed.
And with a budget amendment again for financial policies, I second.
Yes.
All in favor?
I'm
All opposed?
calling the electrician.
Item number 14, be it resolved that ordinance 2014-94 amends the council operating procedures ordinance 2014-92. Is that correct, Brandon?
Ordinance 2014-120.
Okay, amends the council operating procedures ordinance 2014-92.
I make a motion that ordinance 2014-120 be considered read.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Make a motion that all the rules that would prevent the immediate consideration and adoption of ordinance 2014-120 be suspended and unanimous consent be given for immediate consideration of said ordinance.
Second. Council London?
Yes.
Council Pike?
Yes.
Council Sanderson?
Yes.
Councilor Beard?
Yes.
Yes.
Make a motion that ordinance 2014-120 be found as passed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Item 15, be it resolved that ordinance 2014-121 outlines how the city of Irondale will abate a swimming pool nuisance. I make a motion.
Go ahead.
I make a motion that ordinance number 2014-121 be considered read.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? I make a motion that all rules that would prevent the immediate consideration and adoption of ordinance number 2014-121 be suspended and that unanimous consent be given for the immediate consideration of said ordinance.
Second.
Council London?
Yes.
Council Pike?
Yes.
Council Sanderson?
Yes.
Council Bearden?
Yes.
Yes. I make a motion that ordinance number 2014-121 be finally passed and adopted as introduced.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Item number 16, be it resolved that ordinance 2014-122 gives the authority to the chief building inspector to demolition or repair a structure under emergency circumstance.
Make a motion that ordinance 2014-122 be considered read.
Second.
So was that a resolution or?
It's ordinance.
Okay, sorry, I didn't have a copy of the agenda. I want to make sure I had it right.
Yeah. All in favor?
Gotta have a second.
I second.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Oh.
didn't hear.
Question?
I have a question. It's not my turn. Which one is it?
Yeah, question.
James, it says inspector to, it says demolition, but to demolish or repair a structure under emergency circumstances. So, I know you probably have an explanation all about this. What, in other words, he could give an executive, or for lack of a better word, order to have a structure demolished immediately? Is that what this does?
Well, no, it's, what we really want to be, well, the state law says demolish or repair. But basically what we want to do is be able to repair. If there's anything that has to be demolished, we'll still take that through the abatement process. But say for instance, if you're riding through your neighborhood and there's an abandoned house and the front door, there's no front door and the windows are knocked out. Well, right now, we'd have to go through the whole abatement process to get the house demolished before we can do anything. If we have this emergency ordinance, we don't have to demolish the house, we can just go to Home Depot, get some plywood, come back, board the house up, and then go through the process. So it allows us to,
Public Works would do this,
right.
this boarding or whatever. Okay, I understand. Thank you.
All right. We have a second on the floor. You second? Okay, all in favor? All opposed?
Make a motion that all rules that would prevent the immediate consideration and adoption of ordinance 2014-122 be suspended and unanimous consent be given for immediate consideration of said ordinance.
Council London?
Yes.
Council Pike?
Yes.
Council Sanders?
Yes,
Council Beard?
Yes.
and I
Yes.
second too.
I make a motion that ordinance 2014-122 be finally passed.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Item number 17,
Put that on consent.
that was on consent. Item 18.
17 was a resolution, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. 18, consent.
I make a motion that, resolution 2014-124 pertains to council meeting date from August the 5th to August 7th be passed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
For anyone who came in late, neighborhood night out is the same night as our regular council meeting. That's why we're moving it, yeah.
And it will be held at the station restaurant. Yeah.
We're gonna have National Night Out on August the 5th, and it will be in the Branch Mill Shopping Center. And that's National Night Out to honor your policemen. There will be some games, I think, Phyllis, are you here?
I'm right
I
here.
think you're planning it, you and Darlene Broughton
Yes.
are planning it. Is there anything you would like to say about that?
Hey, Mayor, can we get that on the back end?
We can.
You know, can we get that on the back end so we can go ahead and finish the agenda? We got one more. Item number 19, consider resolution 2014-125 for mayor to enter into an agreement with Zamora Temple not to exceed $2,500.
I make a motion, 2014-125,
I'll second, but is that 25 or 22? I have 22. 22.
Not to
I
exceed.
think the council president was just adding a little bit in case there was additional costs, which is fine.
Okay.
25 is okay.
25.
All right, 25. I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
I didn't ask the question before, but we also have to find where in the budget this is coming from, so that would be another budget amendment. It's not coming from ours.
since it's coming from, this is a park event, we take out the park.
Okay, no problem. That's the designated place.
All right, now it's time for any public comments to be made to the council. Okay.
Wait,
Hold on.
let's back up.
Hold on, Council Beard.
It's not, being funded from the 1% we got from the taxes from the hotel? I thought that's where it was coming from.
It's that park.
Okay, you got that in the part.
All right.
All right.
I see clerk would like to go back and make a proclamation.
Yes, resolution 2014-R-108 was on consent, but we have Dr. Weber here with us, the owner of the Eastwood Animal Clinic. We also have Mark Nelson with the Alabama Spay and Neuter Clinic that are here. So I'm going to ask them if they would come to the front, and I'm going to read this resolution, and then if there's anything that you all would like to say to the audience while you're here, you can do it at that time.
Where you want us?
You can stand right there in the opening, right there. Okay. The resolution reads, whereas Dr. William Weber has practiced veterinary medicine for nearly 52 years, and whereas Dr. William Weber has a lifetime of compassion towards all animals, And whereas Dr. William Weber promotes and supports spaying and neutering as a long-term solution to the overpopulation of companion animals, and whereas Dr. William Weber, because of his belief in the effectiveness of spaying and neutering, provides medical services to the Alabama Spay Neuter Clinic in Irondale, and whereas Dr. William Weber veterinary practice has been responsible for spaying and neutering at a low cost approximately 42,000 companion animals at the Alabama Spay Neuter Clinic, and whereas because of Dr. William Weber promoting the usefulness of spaying and neutering, the Alabama State Board of Veterinary Medical Examiners has charged him with fraud, lack of supervision, and substandard care for companion animals, and whereas many within and outside the veterinarian community have been appalled at the hearings and the misinformation that has been disseminated during these proceedings, and whereas the suspension of his license would lead to the reduction of at least 25 jobs in the city of Irondale, now therefore be it resolved that the mayor of the city of Irondale, Tommy Joe Alexander, and the city council of the city of Irondale supports Dr. William Weber in his quest to continue providing low-cost spaying and neutering services in the city of Irondale.
Thank you very much for this. I really appreciate it. But I got some bad news. The Alabama State Board of Veterinary Medicine has not given up on trying to shut down the spay-neuter clinic. They're going to full blast now to shut the place down. They're bringing charges against other people down there. And what, if you don't know this, let me explain it to you. There's a group of veterinarians in this state that are greedy, they're ignorant, they're evil, and they lack compassion. And they just don't care about the suffering of unborn animals. I mean, animals that are born with no home, they just don't care. And they're taking giant steps forward now to shut these clinics down. That's what they're trying to do. And they ran me through a kangaroo court. It's made up of a bunch of Gestapos. And they're lying. They go to the state senators, they go to the representatives in the legislature, and they tell bald-faced, blatant lies about this clinic down here, which is a state-of-the-art clinic, very clean, it's well-run, it's just top-notch. But they're spreading lies all over this state. There's different veterinarians. They slander me, they slander him, and they're not stopping. Now, it's hard to understand the legal aspects of all of this. This board, which is only about 5 or 6 veterinarians and 2 or 3 lay people, they almost answer to no one. The Attorney General has little or nothing to do with them because for some reason it doesn't fall under his jurisdiction. Now that doesn't mean that he can't do anything, but the Attorney General right now is not particularly involved in it. The governor probably has more power than anybody else to put a stop to this nonsense. So if you want to save the lives of a whole bunch of animals, the pressure's got to go to the governor. And if he feels the need, then he can step in and end this charade. I mean, it's ridiculous what they're doing. And I mean, they're mean people on this board, besides being ignorant. But that's what's going on. They're not giving up, I can tell you that right now. They've already, one spay-neuter clinic in Huntsville's been shut down just because they're afraid of them. And the Irondale clinic is a flagship. And if they can shut them down, then they're going to go after the one in Dothan, and they're going to go after the one in Montgomery. And that's what they're up to. They think that people who care for animals and they're feeding these strays that are all over the place are going to walk into some little snooty clinic and pay somebody $500 to spay a cat they can't even touch. And it's not going to happen. And the spay-neuter clinics are not taking money out of their pockets like they're screaming about. And in politics, once you mention economics and jobs, then all the senators and representatives' ears get wide open. And then they're lying about that. And that's what they're doing. I mean, I extremely appreciate the support that I've gotten, but somebody has got to put pressure on the governor to see what these people are doing. I mean, they're doing nothing right legally. The spay-neuter clinic has had prestigious law firms draw up these contracts, making it legal for what we're doing. And they completely ignore that. They just go about their own merry way, trying to take my license and other people's license now too. And they're just on a roller coaster. And that's what's going on in this state. And there's states all over the union that have states spay-neuter clinics. And, you know, we're just on the bottom, like in everything else. There are thousands of animals that die in humane societies in this state. There's nothing wrong with them. There's no place to go. And these veterinarians, I hate to say it because they're in my profession, but they're evil. They are.
You know, with everybody here that could send an email to the governor, I would appreciate it if you'd send one. I think I'm gonna go visit him and hand the governor this resolution.
I was gonna ask Dr. Weber, what do you think that we could do that would be very, very effective? Do you think we should send a letter from the city or just get the citizens to send it?
Well, probably both. You know, I don't know, the governor probably gets emails on a whole bunch of different subjects. And what he reads and pays attention to, I have no idea. But if he gets enough of this, he's bound to have people saying, look, you're getting all these letters from different people and different organizations wanting to put a stop to animal suffering. And that's what it is.
And that's the way you do it, by spaying and neutering.
Oh, the only way you can curb overpopulation is spay and neuter. About 5 or 6 months ago, there was a video out, and they were not slamming the state of Alabama, but it came from either Pennsylvania or one of the states on the East Coast. It showed a TV anchor woman standing out in the parking lot near a humane society in the drizzling rain and sleet, and there were about 20 or 30 people standing around, and she said, we're waiting for the van to bring us these animals. There are a lot of shelters and rescue groups in this state that take these stray animals before they're killed and get them in good shape, and they take them up north where they're adopted. But anyway, this woman's standing there, and she said, we're waiting for this van to come in. And sure enough, this night van drove up, and in it were about 10 or 15 healthy puppies. The woman says, all these people here now are going to get their pets, and they did. And she says, all these animals are coming from a kill shelter in Alabama. Now, she wasn't slamming it. She was telling the facts. She just said, that's where they're coming from, the kill shelters in Alabama, because there's too many. So that's kind of reputation. It's not just Alabama. Georgia's got them, Florida's got them, Mississippi's got them. So, I mean, if you don't spay and neuter them, you're going to have jillions of them. And there's no point in these puppies dying.
All right. Thank you.
But I
Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you so much, Dr. Weber.
Been to see him. He has kept dogs in his veterinarian office to give away. He has nursed them back to health, a gazillion of them. And he has a heart. You have a heart of an angel, Dr. Weber. And I believe me, I'm in the majority when I say that to you, because you are so well loved, and I just wanted you to know that. And thank you.
Thank you, Council Black. Mayor, do we have a Mr. Stan Paul here with us today? You mentioned that, okay, all right. How you doing?
I've been here before, but I am the new executive director of Ruffner Mountain, and I want to invite all of you to come up to Ruffner Mountain.